And we are live. So, on the playlist today, we talk about Microsoft's huge acquisition, the new Kirby trailer, and celebrating his 30th anniversary, and maybe more. So, stay tuned to Metro Kingdom Radio, and welcome back to the Switch side. Welcome everyone to Metro Kingdom Radio, your weekly Nintendo and gaming and whatever fun stuff we want to talk about podcast. It is I, your host, the best by far. It's me, it's Johnny Playstar, and here with three of the most acquisitional co-hosts here tonight.
Most active.
First off, we have ROB, the Rob.
Oh, Poke Trainer Rob with the cool cards. Oh no!
Oh no! I dropped my cards.
Those really are shinies because I couldn't see them through all the glare. I'm assuming they're holographic as hell.
Yep.
Pizza MC Chris.
Yo, what's up? It was our duty for you to call us over here today.
Oh my gosh, that's
and,
pretty good.
And making his return reunion.
Kirby took the vaccine and survived. So,
so what he means is, yes, Ryu. So Ryu had to miss the pod 2 weeks ago because he unfortunately came down with the Rona. And then last week I came down with the Rona once again, and so the pod just had to get canceled altogether. But we're here. We're back now, Ryu. We're back. We're maybe stronger, maybe not, but.
Honestly, it went by pretty. The worst part went by pretty quick for me. I don't know about you, but I think the vaccine definitely helped in the symptoms. So I'm all good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it did. You know, we're glad to see that you are safe. I mean, for me, you know, it was like next to nothing, just because, you know, I had it once before, and I am all the way boosted.
I still got that cough though. I know exactly what you're talking about now with that.
Immune
cough.
yet?
Just to go away.
That cough, you still got it?
Yeah, maybe a couple more weeks will be gone, but man.
You're being hopeful. No, I'm just kidding. Hopeful.
Hopeful like Microsoft with this acquisition. Hopefully helps them out with this exclusiveness.
Miguel Gonzalez in the chat. Microsoft, please don't buy the podcast. Welcome to the podcast. Thanks for joining us, Miguel. No, Microsoft, please buy the podcast. That's
no,
okay. We'll give you a discount. You know, we're not as expensive as $68 billion. Not quite.
I mean,
tell you what, Microsoft,
we're definitely worth 66,800 though. So throw that our way.
How about this, Microsoft? You buy us for $50,000, but we'll charge you $1 per month for the first 3 months.
I think
$1 for 3 full months. Actually,
I may or may not.
That's right. Yeah.
I may or may not be willing to sign over the podcast for $69.
Dollars?
Cents? $420?
Well, what are we talking about here, right?
We're talking about our special guest today, Phil Spencer. Phil, why don't you join us? No.
Hello, my name is Ken Kutaragi. And oops, wrong pod.
Hello, my name is Phil Spencer. I wear Xbox controller visor. So here at Microsoft, we have Reggie Fils-Aimé here to talk to us.
Bowser.
Yeah, so what we're talking about is the big Microsoft Xbox's daddy made a huge purchase, about 68 billion huge purchase.
They spent a Nintendo amount. The market cap of Nintendo is less than 60 billion. They spent 60 plus.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
To purchase a huge video game company in Activision Blizzard.
I think they're the biggest third-party publisher in gaming. I don't know if that's still true. I think it is still true in terms of revenue, especially because of
definitely globally.
Call of Duty.
And so, here's the thing that's like true. What's crazy about that is that they actually got bumped up because of it, because the top 3 highest revenue video game companies that prior to this was Tencent, Sony, and Nintendo, and then Microsoft's purchase actually bumped them above Nintendo. So now they're number 3 and Nintendo's number 4. But you know, it's crazy. Yeah.
You know, like I don't know. I mean, like I've heard like I mean I guess as long as it has WoW, it's worth buying. But like I've heard a lot of negative things about Blizzard lately in terms of like just
culture at home at work. Yeah,
that's kind of one of the reasons why this might benefit both of them.
So why so many people are
Activision
excited.
and Blizzard have been both the last few years. I mean, what, you guys don't have phones?
Yeah.
You remember all
yeah,
that?
so stupid. Why would you say that?
And then all the sexual harassment suits, like they're in a lawsuit with state of California right now. I like, full disclosure, I worked there like a decade ago at Activision, and yeah, it's I can say it's kind of like a boys club, and I can see how it is like that internally. So I'm hoping that since Microsoft has been doing good for the industry lately, even though they're all about business too, hopefully they can turn it around. They can get rid of Kotick, who I'm not a fan of Kotick. I'll just say that. And maybe just get rid of the bad actors and keep the creatives, because Call of Duty, it's huge, but I don't know if it's been creatively excellent, but it's a big franchise.
It's not like Madden or whatever, where like they have like a license to a certain genre. There's other first person shooters that can take its place, you know. So it's been kind of it hasn't been seen as innovative or creative since like the first Modern Warfare 2 or like Black Ops. Like I can't think of a time when
Black Ops.
No.
I mean, even though, I mean, you're right, and a lot of us who are like really into games feel that way. But it's still the top seller every year. It's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, and you know, speaking of that too, with you know, there has been multiple like different varying reports about what's going to happen with one Mr. Kotick. You know, some saying that like he is right now, he's still running Blizzard, but then once the like acquisition is finalized, that he's no longer going to be running it, and that like, you know, Microsoft's going to be running the things and probably appoint someone else. So, you know, like we were saying, it seems to be like it seems to be good news, I guess, all around for a lot of people who kind of like was hoping for Blizzard to do something, you know, like for a change within Blizzard. And I don't think anyone hates Microsoft really. Like they really haven't really been doing anything, you know, like controversial ish.
There's console wars still. It seems like it's more rampant than ever, and there are still Sony fanboys and Xbox fanboys, and there are a lot of people that hate. So
that's pretty much all I'm seeing on the internet right now. Is just console wars all over again.
Yeah, but console wars is not. You know what I mean? Like that's part of the norm. You know,
gaming
like,
culture.
Worst part of the industry.
Yeah, I mean, it's what's funny. I was looking up Bobby Kotick. He's originally the CEO of Activision, so it's not even like he has Activision's, you know, foundation or ideology, but
not
like
really Blizzard's, right?
Yeah, Blizzard. Yeah, so it's not the same. It's like kind of like, you know, two different demographics or two different philosophies.
If you guys loved Guitar Hero, you could thank him for killing that and the American music game franchise industry, basically.
Yep, that sounds about right.
I don't know. If it's not his fault, I blame him anyway.
So it's his fault why I can't play Dragon Force anymore? Like,
well,
let's bust it out.
Guitar Hero was like you're like chunking, they were milking that out like quickly.
And then just the constant peripherals, like,
and like how they didn't really like work with each other, and
that's how he's been able to succeed and make money for the company and shareholders, because he'll take a franchise and beat it to death. But with Call of Duty, for some reason, no matter how much he pumps out, it doesn't die.
This cow has no more milk. Is it not lactating correctly? What's wrong with this cow?
It's not one developer. They get multiple developers to work on Call of Duty just so they can keep pumping them out. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a similar. I feel like that's. I mean, I guess my theory of how like Square Enix kind of like fizzed out with Final Fantasies, because I mean the last innovative signature Final Fantasy mainline game was Final Fantasy 10. I think it's because they made 10, 11, and 12 at the same time, you know, with different groups. It's just like group. It's I mean, if they were all different franchises, it would have been fine. In fact, if you look at 10, 11, 12, you could have made them all different franchises. But because it's like, I don't know, I guess, I don't know, man. It makes me wonder also with like Pokemon's series, which is like, you could tell they're trying to find something new with it. I would like to see where it goes. But yeah, back to this whole like, there should be a rule where games like Madden or there should be a rule against games that come out every year. That's my personal
annual games.
I
mean,
just like make it DLC. Just make
industry
DLC.
like legally, you can't take advantage of people.
I mean, go ahead, Rob.
It's like you make your Call of Duty, and then you get like 5 years of DLC, and then you make your Call of Duty 2, like, or whatever the hell it is you're gonna call it, another 5 years of DLC, and then you got another game.
Yeah, I mean, like back then,
why
DLC,
especially with sports games. Like, why the hell people are buying a new sports game every year blows my mind.
Because it's crazy. There are
Updated
people
rosters.
like it's a full audience,
and all that needs to be is DLC.
That's the only reason, like FIFA, for instance, that's the only reason they'll buy a new console, and they'll buy that game every year. They'll look forward to that game, play with their friends. They don't care about other games. That's it. That's their life for video games, and it makes enough money to continue. It's crazy.
And the thing about Madden, also the sad part, it's kind of off topic, but I was saying earlier, it's a license. So it's like no other games can make NASCAR, Madden,
right?
Yeah, anything EA owns is they literally can't. No one else can compete with them. So it's kind of it's even more sad than Call of Duty. Like you literally can't compete with it. There's nowhere else you can turn to. There's no third party, whatever. So.
I posted in our Discord. Jeff Keighley tweeted different market caps for other video game companies, and on the note of Square Enix and EA is 38 billion, Square Enix is 5.6 billion. That looks like such a cheap acquisition these days. Like Capcom is 4.9, Sega is 3.6, Sega is $3 billion. Nintendo could buy them.
Yeah,
$3 million, Sega.
3 billion.
Well, yeah, which is crazy when you think about it too, because Sega also have purchased other companies as well, like Atlas. So it's just like I remember when that happened, everyone was kind of like, Sega had that much money to buy Atlas.
Alex was like, wait, we got paid?
That meme with, but you're getting money?
Yeah, and then what's up? Oh yeah, and then with Microsoft's like prior to this one, their last one was big purchase was Bethesda, and that was what 7 billion, right?
Yeah.
And
it felt huge.
Yeah, and that was huge already. We were like, oh my god, and then all of a sudden it's 68 billion for Activision Blizzard. It's like that's just insane. That's like more than 10 times. Like
big number.
This is the most Microsoft thing though, because if you think about it, the first company they bought out was actually in their first generation, which is Rare. And obviously Rare didn't have the talents that they originally had, but Microsoft's biggest, as much as they've innovated with video games and even with internet gaming and Game Pass, their biggest problem has always been exclusive games. You're creating an exclusive game brand, and they've never created an exclusive. The last exclusive game that they're iconic known for is the first game they ever got, which is Halo. The second thing after that is freaking Kinect. So they needed it to do this.
Gears of War.
I think your Gears of War, which it hasn't been good for since I don't know the first one, but
I actually forgot about Gears of War.
With the Xbox One generation. Oh my God, Viva Pinata. The Xbox One generation, it totally. I mean, I consider that one a failure. But like they counted all of those years and did something with it in the back and like behind the scenes. They acquired so many companies. They have a bunch of things coming out now. They worked on hardware. They created this ecosystem for software, Game Pass, which it's impossible to ignore at this point. I've tried to be talking about it for years, but like I feel like finally it's hitting the tipping point, and people who don't even like Xbox, you can't avoid it. You might get it, like. Just because if a game's going to be on there for $1, why would you pay $70 for it? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, the other piece is, are they going to keep Call of Duty? Are they going to keep all of these on PlayStation? It doesn't really matter to them. They could. They actually could.
It actually forces Sony's hand if you think about it, because now they're trapped in between whether they want to be, known for their first party games or they want to be the best content of games. And Microsoft is challenging for the content part. They definitely can't compete with Nintendo in the first party part. So they have to choose. And I think they're going to have to choose to go against Microsoft. Yeah, I think they have to go Game Pass route.
I think Sony competes with Nintendo. I'm personally, because a lot of adult gamers they still don't like Nintendo for some reason. We love it, but there are a lot of gamers who don't like Nintendo games, and Sony is the one with those first party crazy great single player games.
It's not even just they don't like it; they are actually like kind of like ignorant about it. So I've met people
who are very ignorant about it.
Nintendo was like, oh, it has
that's for kids.
That's for like it has like, that game like Metroid, like that looks kind of like adult, right? I'm like, dude,
there's a lot of people that still think that.
But did you play it?
That's
my thing is always asked, but did you play it? Yeah, but dang, you guys are like touching on so many different points that I'm just like, every time I'm gonna bring up one, you guys go on to something else. I'm like, yeah. I mean, like, what? Yeah. So I guess first off, we'll talk about like the whole thing with PlayStation and Microsoft. Yeah. So, yeah, it is one of those big questions, right? Like, what's gonna happen with all these other things, with all these games? But I think Microsoft is still gonna allow these other games that were really big on other consoles to still be on other consoles, because I think they said something along those lines when they first bought Bethesda. And
actually, yeah, Phil Spencer tweeted today. It was vague enough. Let me find it while you continue.
Okay. Yeah, and so I think that because they've clearly stated that they also recognize themselves as a third-party developer when it comes to other consoles, and like you've already seen them be very, very buddy with Nintendo, allowing like their games to be on Nintendo like Switch as well. Like the rumors of them trying to get Game Pass on the Switch.
Oh yeah.
And, like they're totally open to that.
Banjo-Kazooie now.
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie just released today, right? On the Nintendo N64 Classics.
Yeah.
So they're open to it, and so I think like they're not gonna. But it is one of those big questions, right? Because Sony is their main competitor. The PlayStation, the PlayStation 4 is their main competitor.
Well, what's funny is they have to. They can't go through the past. Including this generation, the past 3 generations with something that upsets the gaming community, and like if they make things. If they wait and make it eventually exclusive, then it might work out. Like they might eventually do that, but they can't do that right now. They can't say it out loud right now.
Yeah, they can't right now.
It would just be a bad PR move.
Yeah, I agree with the PR piece. I added the tweet there. I don't know if you want to read that off. If you can find it, I'll read it off. This is from Phil Spencer, head of Xbox. Had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry and we value our relationship. Vague enough. It doesn't necessarily say it's going to be forever. Existing, I think like with Bethesda, right? There was, what was the game that came out late last year? The shooter with little time mechanics, Deathloop.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Deathloop was a PlayStation exclusive, even though it's Bethesda and owned by Xbox, and they honored that. And they're going to honor Ghostwire, even though that's owned by Xbox as well now. So they're going to honor Call of Duty for the next so and so years that are in the contract. After that, we don't know. Desire is there because honestly, I feel like they would probably, and it's kind of crazy to think, but they would probably push Sony to use Game Pass. They would probably ask them to put Game Pass on the system. I know it sounds ridiculous. It sounds stupid.
Yeah.
But like,
crazy. Sony got that ego.
They want. Yeah. They've said this before. They want people to play wherever. If we have Game Pass on the Nintendo Switch, that'd be great. Like I think they've even said that they'd want that.
They wanted it.
Yeah, because if they can, as long as they're already selling the hardware, now they just need to sell more software.
It's all about software.
And that's,
Microsoft's always been software.
Hardware. They don't care about hardware. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, right? I think this is like one of the craziest revivals of Microsoft and Xbox when it comes to the gaming world, because do you remember when they first revealed the Xbox One and the laughing stock of the gaming world they were, like, what is this VCR doing? Like, they almost advertised it like it was a VCR, like a DVR for some reason.
It was a DVR.
Yeah, and we were just like, why? Who wanted this? Like, this isn't what gamers want. And so, like, they listened, and they've just been like, they're on a revival path, and they're realizing, look, like, maybe if people just don't really care much for our consoles, let's make them care about our games. And so that's why they've just been buying out these studios, and they're just like, we're gonna own like yeah, when it comes to these like big third party things, we're not now this is going to be us. And Game Pass is, like, as Chris said, it's starting to become a thing where people are starting to realize maybe this is the better choice, and which me being one of them. Like, for God's sakes, I own an Xbox Series X controller now. Like, this is insane to me, the fact that I have one of these, because like I would never in my wildest dreams ever think to myself, oh, I think I should get one of these. But like, this D-pad is just so damn good. And like, so I also signed up for Game Pass because they lured me in with that $1 for 3 months deal, and I'm seeing just how great this thing is. I was playing Minecraft with my girlfriend. I played some Tetris Effect Connected.
Yes,
like,
finally.
Oh, really? Does that game have multiplayer? I don't know, Chris. Do you know if that game has multiplayer? Johnny, do you know?
I remember somebody asking like a year ago. It was a handsome guy was asking. I don't remember.
That's weird. I don't remember asking myself about that.
It'd be cool if there was a Tetris game where 3 people could work together. That'd be so much fun.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. All right.
Yeah. I guess that would be too much of an. I don't think my computer can handle that many special effects. So.
That's a lot of. They need to call it something clever like Tetris, LinkedIn,
affected Tetris. Yeah. Wake up, Tetris. Wake up.
Yeah, so I was playing that, like so many indie games that they already have on there too.
Oh my goodness!
I finally tried out my friend Pedro, and I was like, wow, this game's actually pretty sweet.
Pretty fun.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have paid for it, but it's pretty fun.
Right?
A lot of the games that you'll catch on the Nindies from the past, I don't know, like 2 years, they're on there.
Are on there, and it's crazy, and it's just like. I'm starting to realize that maybe because like I don't own an Xbox, I don't think I ever want to. At least for now. But I have a gaming PC, and like that's what's so awesome is like they realize that people got gaming PCs. Like we could.
You have a gaming PC now. You should play Halo.
Yeah, I should go download that. Yeah, but like Game Pass for PC is pretty sweet. It's only $10, like unless you want to get the ultimate one, and so I'm starting to think like hey, maybe I get rid of some of these like streaming subscriptions, and just get Game Pass instead. You know what I mean? So long, Netflix. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't give up Netflix, but
hey, they keep upping the price. We should get rid of them.
I know, right? They just up the price again.
It's not my fault.
Oh yeah, that's right. But
what happened? Oh.
I mean, Game Pass, let's say it's $10 a month. That's $120 per year. That's two $60 games. And we're spending less on $60 games these days. We're a little bit more.
I just played Forza Horizon 5. Yeah, and I just
Horizon Dawn.
Yeah,
Forza Horizon Dawn, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, and I was playing that. And I didn't pay $60 to play it. Like it's crazy to me. Like
you get your heart rate up in that game. It's pretty good.
But at the end of the day, like you still, generations are still defined by iconic games. But it looks like Microsoft doesn't even have to play that generation game because, if it's PC, especially if it's with the PC, like you can just upgrade your PC and you have new games you can play right there. I don't know. It's kind of weird because I think if they could take the exclusive route, but I really think they're going to try and take a like complementary route, which is like, yeah, you got it's similar to Nintendo back in, with the Wii. Is like, hey, you got the system. Well, guess what? You can still afford a Game Pass as long as you got
realized something. I realized that that now with this whole like acquisition, that I may play a Call of Duty game again once.
Yes, exactly.
Like since Black Ops, like I think that was the last Call of Duty game I actually played, and I think I might actually play it now if it's because once it hits Game Pass, I'm gonna be like,
well, and what's funny though, like the multiplayer or like the battle royale one was free, I think, right? Recently,
Warzone. Yeah, I didn't even do it.
So even though it was free, we didn't have a desire to play it. But knowing that whatever it is going to be on Game Pass, I think honestly it changes the way we think about games. I don't want to keep tooting the Game Pass horn, but like it's a good value.
Yeah,
and I think eventually we'll all be trying it.
You also get discounts on games through Game Pass too. Like if you want to decide you want to own the game, you actually get a discount for it. So especially when you're doing the free trial, it works too. Just
the thing
FYI.
There's nothing like getting excited for like a new, the next big thing. And Game Pass is like the best deal in gaming easily. But if Microsoft can figure out how to like, because a lot of brand is built off of just like great experiences that you can't get anywhere else, even if it's might not be the best deal. But if they somehow like bring Blizzard back to the top of their game, or I don't know how Bethesda is doing right now. I remember there were some complaints with like what was that game, Fallout 76 or something. But I don't.
Well, that was prior to
like Doom Eternal was amazing, and that's on there. You need to play
it. So like, good. If they can find a way to get those exclusive, because like Sony, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, there's some first party games. We remember the exclusive like third party games on there. If they can figure that out, like they're gonna be like a juggernaut. Like they're gonna force Sony into doing Game Pass. Like there's no way. But it's easier said than done. Yeah.
It's interesting with how Call of Duty works nowadays, and Activision in general, because they need so many people to work on those games. And there's a lot of great talent in the gaming industry at this point, a lot with years of experience, but they might not necessarily want to work on a machine, like a game like Call of Duty that's robotic every year. Especially with like, there's all your eggs in one basket. It has to do well. It has to sell well, all of that. The model for Game Pass is different. They don't get paid the same. You're getting paid based on how much you play, or based on the specific deals. Like Microsoft can make it so that your creative excellence is what's getting rewarded. And so people might want to work on in Activision on those titles more than before, when it was the Activision leaders. I think the business model is going to make it more fun to create games for Activision and Blizzard, and we might be more happy to play like a Diablo and a Hearthstone again, even though like those franchises have been killed recently. I think they could be revived. I do.
Yeah, that's really cool, because like the games that have a hardcore cult following, the developers will get rewarded more. It would be like, instead of having 1,000 one-time customers, you have 1,000. Whoa, hey, 1,000. Like 100 customers. Instead, they play 1,000 hours. Or 20. It's in the long term. That's better. You should be getting paid by how much happiness you give to people. Like,
it's to clarify, they don't have one set revenue or model or whatever. It's different for every deal, which is kind of insane. Yeah. Because it makes sense too, because you don't want to like an indie game that takes like 8 hours to beat, and it's super small in scale to not get any revenue just because nobody's playing it after that first amazing 8 hours. Like those should still be really important, and that might be like a big chunk of money up front. So their deals have been, I mean, people don't complain. There was a leak a few months ago of how much each company made, and it's pretty good. So, I mean, the $10 a month is going somewhere.
And if replayability rewards developers, they're more likely for a sequel to be made, rather than like, this was a cult following, and then people have to like do Kickstarter to get the sequel out. Like now, there's a chance for it to come out. Like who knew Super Mario Kart was gonna have like a go above Mario platforming as like revenue for Nintendo when it first came out.
I'm gonna park this one, because I don't know if you guys have been following the Mario Kart rumors. I mean, not Mario Kart, but Nintendo Kart. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, we can talk about that later.
Yeah.
just to let anyone know who happens to be listening, we are not paid by Microsoft. They're not sponsoring this.
Oh,
yet.
Okay. On that note, I mean, anyone who's watched our, go ahead.
I mean, just because like we seem to be praising it so much, about the Game Pass and how Chris has pretty much sold me on it, and that also goes for our random Netflix opinions. These are our own personal opinions and have nothing to do with like anybody who works there, past, present, or future.
So, I on that note, I wanted to say, and I know anyone who's watched this knows that I've been a fan of Xbox recently. When I woke up and saw the Activision Blizzard news, my first reaction was that this is scary to me. Mm-hmm. Like normally I'm excited about a Game Pass or an Xbox acquisition. This is so huge. Mm-hmm. It feels monopolistic. It's one of the biggest companies in the world. It's huge. And I don't want like that to hurt gaming competition and start this trend. And obviously people are talking about that already.
Yeah.
And there is a small percentage chance that this can not go through because of antitrust laws. Like there's a chance it can get blocked. But like still, I feel like
I thought they said that they went through that and they decided it wasn't really a monopoly and they could go forward.
Oh, maybe I didn't know
but
that
everything doesn't get finalized until next year. Like
I'm sure it takes time still.
Yeah, they said it's going to take up to 18 months for everything to be fully complete.
Oh shit.
I wonder if it's past the point of, it could still get blocked. I don't know, but it feels like there's definitely the short-term benefits. We're going to win as consumers for the subscription. It's $1 for so many people, but we don't know the long-term ramifications. We don't know if it's going to make things more expensive. Game Pass is going to go up like recent other subscription prices from companies I won't talk about. I mean, eventually, right? Eventually, Game Pass has got to go up. You think, or they'll have another tier or something.
They have to, yeah.
Which we don't want, but. Yeah, like these things could happen. So this is the first time that I was scared. I still had to like a lot to think about, and I'm ultimately excited for it. But like, still, you never really love to see like independent studios or studios be less independent. I want to see there be like a lot of different gaming people competing, and this is weird. It's just that Microsoft is doing well by us, and so it's okay.
Yeah,
but. If Sony were to be doing all this, I would like, that means I'm paying $70 for everything. I wouldn't be happy, even though I like Sony and I like that they're doing a lot of great single player games. It's just because of how Microsoft has been handling it and how cheap it is for us. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I'm not sold 100%, but I am excited.
And, as Nintendo fans, I don't think that we're too worried either, just because like the Nintendo and Microsoft have been really on good terms, and Nintendo kind of just does their own thing. Like it's literally like that meme of like Microsoft just bought like Blizzard. Oh my gosh, Sony's in panic mode, and meanwhile at Nintendo Kirby is fishing.
Well, yeah, because like it goes back to the blue ocean strategy all the way back to 2006.
Blue Ocean.
Yeah, yep. You can't. There's
Star
no
Ocean strategy.
Yeah, not the Red Ocean strategy. You don't want to be in that bloodbath, but they don't allow that in Nintendo games currently. But it's one of those things where the competition is healthy when those big three are great in their own lanes, and if there's any crossover, that's when like things start to get a little bit shaky. But if Sony can somehow stay, within its still own its own identity, and Microsoft. I think it's possible, honestly. I think it's totally possible. So. And I think Microsoft, that's what they're aiming for, because they don't want to go to battle with Sony. I think because they've been trying for so long. Yeah.
It's different, yeah.
And they'd rather if they don't build their own identity, they won't build their own brand. And that's most important. I still have trouble even trying to imagine like Microsoft as a brand. Like Sega Genesis on its own is a bigger video game brand than the whole entire Xbox, in my opinion.
100% true. Again, as much as I love the current state of Xbox, I wouldn't wear an Xbox sweater. Like I would wear Nintendo like crazy.
Oh, that's
I have that brand.
I didn't have any other clothes. This is my roommate's shirt, so.
No, I'm not a fan of that green.
People love Sony and PlayStation enough to I don't know, maybe not as much clothes. I've seen sweaters for stuff like that.
Sony and Nintendo, right?
I think the ones that have like the buttons, the Sony button icons, are like the cool ones.
The triangle,
and but in Japan, just as PlayStation under.
And Sega. I mean, and it's Sonic was on T-shirts back in the day. Sega's pretty cool now because retro stuff is kind of in too. So like I saw someone wearing a Sega shirt the other day with like the original logo, and it's like that's pretty timeless. Honestly, that logo is amazing. Honestly, like if there's one thing,
logo, you hear it.
Right. A choir shows up. It's like Sephiroth before Sephiroth, But the one thing I'll say, Sony, PlayStation, the one thing they were bad at was logos. Like I don't understand why they're not their logo, but like the opening screen logo. It's so boring. Like I don't know. But now it looks pretty good. I think. Right. I don't know. I don't know if you guys remember like PS1 logo or PS1 opening screen.
A lot of people loved that. With the little orange and the sound, a lot of people.
Yeah, I kind of liked it.
I didn't like it. No, it's
I mean, I don't know. It's really sad to see that like Sony, because like even in the sales numbers too, like Sony did not do like it's Nintendo pretty much like the Switch beat like Sony to the ground when it came to like console sales last year. Like Nintendo
selling as much as they can make. So
yeah, exactly.
Unless we count PS4s.
Yeah.
And coronavirus definitely helped Nintendo more than Sony, I feel like. Just because it's, I don't know, it's cheaper. People catch up on games.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Can I show you my latest console, guys?
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh
my God, I already know what it
Stadia?
is. I already
Is
have
it the
feeling.
hydration
I know what
deck?
it is. Oh my gosh, I'm
Is
so
it the
excited for him to see
Is it the refrigerator?
He just picks up his dog. No,
It's not my dog.
I know. I know what it is, and I'm waiting for. I can't wait to see it.
Know what it is.
Oh, what?
Oh,
Is that the fridge?
It is the fridge.
Oh my God, it's the fridge.
Oh, I thought it was a Steam Deck.
I thought it was a Steam Deck too.
That's so silly. I can't wait for the Steam Deck. I can't. But,
Steam Deck. Yeah. Oh my God, Steam Deck. I mean, Valve has a better brand too, which makes me wonder.
You were saying big three. There's more than three now.
Yeah.
Steam and Valve. I mean, they're big. Epic's doing its own thing on PC. There's enough competition. I feel.
I was when I was thinking it was either going to be the Steam Deck that you were going to bring out, or you just randomly got your analog pocket out of nowhere, and I was like, oh my God, I want to see it.
The year of the handheld. I feel like I'm getting freaking both of those, and I don't even know, but I'm excited.
So you know how we were talking about that Nintendo cart thing earlier?
Yeah.
Have you guys heard? Because a lot of those rumors came from this one dude who's pretty reasonable source. Like he came up with Smash Leaks also, and he said Smash Ultimate, like we predicted, is going to get re-released on the next Switch, with like all the characters and whatever. And the next Switch is going to be close to like PS4 power.
Wait, PS4?
Yeah, that's what this next Switch will be close to PS4 power.
What is the Switch now then?
The Switch is like
PS3?
right under PS3. Like
yeah.
Like it just depends on how well the game, like the studio optimizes their game. Like it could, but it's essentially around PS3 power.
The Steam Deck right now, it runs God of War. I mean, since PlayStation 4 games are coming out on PC, and we're seeing pretty good performance, 1080p. Is it 1080p or 720 at 60? So
damn,
usable.
60 frames per second.
But these are PS4 games, right? These are technically last gen.
The Steam Deck, yeah. But still, yeah.
Technically,
but I mean, it would be cool to because it also says backwards compatibility, so we could get Zelda higher performance in frame rate. We could get Smash maybe better online. I'm not gonna. I root for the Sacramento Kings all my life. I don't want to be disappointed any further, and I don't know how well these rumors are, but like if it is near PS4 quality, I think we're gonna get better internet, because one of the issues with Smash is that it is a 60 frames per second game, and online has trouble with that. I mean, Switch. I'm surprised the Nintendo Switch could even try and pull it off. Honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, on that too, like I believe there is like a new online infrastructure that Switch has been implementing on. I think the first game to use it was Monster Hunter Rise, and then there is a game that is coming out soon that was shown to have it too. I'm not going to tell you what game it is, but because that information wasn't supposed to leak out. But yeah, so there's another game too that is known to actually use the same like online infrastructure. So
is it first party or third party?
If I say
20 questions.
You're gonna know. You guys want to know? You guys want to take a guess on what it is?
Yeah, well, let's all take a guess. You said
is it a franchise?
It is.
Is it Japanese?
Yes.
Is it an adventure game?
Yes. Well, this one is.
Star Fox Adventure. I'm just kidding.
It's a game that's already announced and everything like that. But like the fact that it's using this new online infrastructure is like the thing that leaked out that wasn't supposed to be leaked out.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Arceus.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't why no one knows why, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like team battles, I guess.
Yeah, maybe, but we don't really know, because like because that game was already leaked, had just been leaked, like somewhere. Someone like
that's what you mean by leaked.
They have physical copies, and so they started doing data dumps and stuff of it already.
Wow.
So if you want to know, it's on there. It's on the internet. I'm not gonna say what's anything on there, but it's there. So be careful.
it's still turn-based though, right? Like how intense can the online be for Pokemon?
Exactly. So that's why people were kind of like, that's kind of weird that it's set there.
They're gonna change it to Pokemon RJS.
So yeah, we don't know yet. Because even people who have the game now obviously can't go online and play it, you know what I mean? So we don't really know what that means.
Will they get the Nintendo banhammer, or it just won't work?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, I know people who've been like posting leaks to delete it within like 24 hours, so that they don't get the Nintendo banhammer.
I don't think they do, but I think the people if they find the source of the suppliers, then yeah, they'll probably get. Like I know like places in Mexico got punished for Smash Ultimate coming out early.
I mean, I've been noticing that's been happening a lot with a lot of first-party Nintendo games lately, like the bigger ones. They've been getting like, it's like outside of the US, like outside of Japan, like there's like another country that just like will just break the street date like weeks ahead.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
But yeah.
Hey, this missing no guy wants to buy some of our games.
Well,
early stuff.
He's really blurry.
Yeah. He multiplied our games. What the hell?
Is there anything else about this Microsoft that we want to talk about before we move on to the next?
I'm guessing, Rob and Ryu, you guys don't plan to get Game Pass?
No,
don't plan to, not anytime soon, at least.
It's
yeah, like, I don't have an Xbox. I've never bought Xbox.
PC.
You have a gaming PC?
Or your phone. I mean,
not really.
I stream sometimes and it works.
Wait, so quick question about that. Is it streaming from their servers?
You can do both.
Oh, or your computer?
Or your whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, or your Xbox. That's crazy. Okay. Interesting.
I think Game Pass like gives me also like decision fatigue because there's so many games.
Yeah.
So it's like So I would rather like, I don't know. It has to be, I just want I have to be like super excited to play a game, I guess. But like it's for gamers that like literally, love games, like, play multiple games, like it's literally the best deal.
Yeah, after Chris put that in perspective, I realized how great of a deal it was. He's like, it's the price of 2 games for the whole year.
That's the thing, though. Like Microsoft has to find a way to say, hey, this is the best deal. You have to get excited for this. And luckily, we have Chris to show us. But like, if Chris wasn't here, none of us would have Game Pass, or tried out Game Pass. So,
yeah, if you do follow their announcements for the games that they release, which is usually like twice a month, and it's like 10 or so games every release, every drop, you're bound to find some that you're excited for. Like there's some big ones. And me and some friends do First Fridays where we try to play a new multiplayer game every first Friday of the month.
Oh, that sounds so cool. That sounds so fun.
And like, yeah, there's no additional cost to us because there's so many games to choose from, and it always has to be something new, but it's nice.
That's like going to an arcade.
Like
it is. It's just you can't stream them. I mean, you can, but like you download it beforehand and it runs on your thing, so it's nice.
Do you guys want to talk about that tweet real quick by Sony about the handheld?
I don't mind.
Since we're already talking about non-Nintendo stuff.
Kirby better be talked about. Yeah. So
Kirby deserves.
You got 4 minutes for Kirby or for
Yeah,
right,
so
30 seconds.
Quick fire news. Let's go.
Well, who is okay?
Yoshida.
Yeah, who is Shuhei Yoshida? Like,
is he the president of PlayStation?
PlayStation. Oh, okay. Yeah. So he posted, yes, hashtag Steam Deck, right? And then somebody
with a photo of him holding the Steam Deck and God of War on it.
Mm-hmm. And someone said, if only Sony made its own handheld gaming device, imagine the possibilities. And he just said hi to Alex Rosenberg.
He basically acknowledged. He acknowledged that he read that, which he doesn't have to do.
Yeah, he actually, that's pretty abnormal. That's not like he knew what he was doing. Yeah, that has to be hinting at something, unless, and if someone is running his account, wouldn't they have to get permission for that? So
yeah.
So it is one of those like things that getting some people excited. Are we getting the revival of the PSP?
PSP Vita. You know what? That hardware was good. You have one, right?
I do not. I have a PSP. I don't have the Vita.
People still love that. People still love it.
Yeah. Ahead of its time. It's the pre-Switch.
Yeah, it really is ahead of its time, and it's unfortunate because Like, it was good, but they just didn't have the software to back it up. And I feel like that was
the
like
UMD
the
really thing. Like ruined it for some people.
But Vita does have UMD though, right? Like
Vita was not. It was
memory sticks, but the memory sticks were kind of pricey too.
It was cartridges. It was cartridges. Just
cartridges.
Just PS Vita is like the Zune of handheld gaming in a way. You know, it's like it's kind of ahead of its time, but like.
Sorry, my cat like dug his claws in me just now. Tried to jump on me, so that's why it hurt. But yeah. So somebody who's also coming out on a hybrid handheld console. We did get another look actually at Kirby and the Forgotten Land. They called it like the power-ups trailer, which so it does show off copy abilities. So it does show off a bunch of Kirby's like returning and brand new copy abilities. Of course, we have the bomb and hammer, like the standard ones, but then even like some of the newer ones too. But what's cool too is they also confirmed that there is co-op in here, and so the second player will be able to play as Bandana Waddle Dee, which is really cool.
There should be a law where Kirby games should always have co-op.
Yeah, I think at that point they realized after Kirby's Adventure 3, like that was the first one that they had like co-op, and they were like, okay, we can expand on this, and then Superstar came out and it was amazing.
Superstar was amazing.
And so after that, I think they realized like we just have to have Kirby like multiplayer now all the time.
Well, Star Allies was chaos. I remember playing it with you. That was chaos. Fun though.
Yeah.
I mean, for 4 players too, like I think maybe for a 3D game it might work out, like if everyone had their own screen kind of, but this seems to be, for a single screen game. I'm assuming you're sharing the screen with.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so I think it looks pretty fun. And also it looks a lot more smoother too with the frame rate. So I think it's getting more and more polished.
Yeah, it's definitely getting more polished. We got a release date, March 25th, 25th of this year. So it's coming really soon. It's like 2 months away, which has got me excited. It is, like just in time to celebrate Kirby's 30th anniversary actually this year. Nintendo did post something about that when they released this trailer. They did say that it is Kirby's 30th anniversary, and please look forward to news regarding a variety of Kirby activities coming soon. And so they offered a new wallpaper, and so now we're just like, what's our boy in pink gonna get this year?
Oh, okay. We're doing a round of predictions. Let's go.
Well, I'll go first. I think it's pretty obvious. Kirby is going to absorb Microsoft and all their acquisitions. So, World of Light.
What would he look like after he sucks that up?
He would be green. That's it.
Be green. He got a big.
And then if he dies, there's like a red ring around his head, and he just kind of blinks. And you have to wrap it with a towel. So.
Yeah, wrap it with a towel.
No, I think he's just probably going to get like some special like virtual console release. I don't expect much.
Yeah. Well, so for me, I think what he's going to get, I mean, I have multiple predictions, but if I had to choose one, I think what he's going to get is he might get like what Zelda got last year, and that is a re-release of a Wii game. I think we might get Kirby's Return to Dreamland on the Switch, because that game
was that one any good?
Yeah, it was the one. It was the first one on the Wii, I believe. It was the one where you can play as like it was the first game where you can have 4 people playing. So you can have Kirby, and then you can the other characters could either just be other Kirbys, or you could have them be like Meta Knight, King Dedede, or Bandana Waddle Dee. And so it was a 2D Kirby game, but with 4 players that you can do. And so, it was the prequel to Star Allies in that aspect. And so I think maybe they might just re-release that on the Switch. It would be a perfect game for there. Like 4 controllers, 4 players, boom, easy.
Would that kind of steal some of this thunder, or would they space it out far enough?
Yeah, you know what? You're right, because this is a new game. So I do kind of wonder that too, because I know like for Kirby's 20th, what was the 20th anniversary, they released like the Kirby Anniversary Collection, and it was like a bunch of like Kirby's early games, like his 2D ones. And so I don't know. Like I kind of wonder if, because 30 is, kind of a big deal, like if they're gonna release another like Kirby collection. I would like it to be a Kirby 3D collection where kind of like Mario did.
Crystal Shards, probably virtual console.
Yeah.
Like if they bring all of the canvas versions or whatever those are called, like all the stylus games, because technically you can play them on the Switch.
You could, like Canvas Curse. Yeah. I mean, I think like if they maybe even just bring the 3DS Kirby games to Switch, I think that'd be cool. Like Planet Robobot and Triple Deluxe. I think that would be pretty cool, but of course they don't.
We're probably gonna get none of these.
Yeah, we're probably just gonna get another Game and Watch. Like,
I honestly think it would be so cool if I don't think it's ever gonna happen, but if Kirby had like a some sort of like all-star video thing where like different gaming icons from different companies Kirby absorbs and like kind of becomes them and meets them, like similar to like the fan, like like he'll like become Master Chief and meet Master Chief, or like just like little
Smash Brothers, man.
Yeah, I know. It just sounds like Smash Brothers.
Smash Brothers, but with like all the third-party characters.
Smash Brothers is already a Kirby game. I don't know what you're talking about.
It is a Kirby game.
I mean, I was about to say Superstar Deluxe is pretty much a Kirby game. I think it'd be cool if like he had like some sort of like third-party like celebration of like video game celebration world did something for Kirby, because it wouldn't make sense considering he can literally be any of those characters. So.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Did you make a prediction already, Chris?
I feel like we'll be disappointed in terms of software, but Nintendo's been trying to push with hardware. Like they'll if they don't have a console or something, they'll do a Game and Watch. We'll probably have a Uniqlo collaboration. Maybe they'll have like food at Universal Studios, the Kirby Cafe food. I don't know. Like I feel like they do
good ideas.
Dude, that sounds amazing. I would love a Kirby Uniqlo collab.
They probably will. Haven't they
done a bunch of pink shirts?
Well, right when they did it with Nintendo, I don't know if Kirby was part of that.
They did a Nintendo in general, Nintendo collab.
Yeah, the general Nintendo collab only featured certain Nintendo properties.
It had a lot though, like Pikmin, Splatoon. It didn't have Kirby.
Mario, Pokemon, but I don't believe Kirby was one of it.
This year, it'll probably happen.
Let's see, Kirby Uniqlo.
You're probably right with a pink Game and Watch, a black pink Game and Watch. Sponsored by Jenny.
Oh, I was wrong. I think Kirby was one of them. I think, but I'm clicking it and I don't see a Kirby T-shirt. Like I'm looking back at the original like thing, because I think Kirby was one of the ones that they were accepting designs for, but I don't. But Kirby, yeah. But he actually wasn't one of them.
Well, maybe it's not something video game related. Maybe like they announced a Kirby TV show with Larry David called Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Dang, that's crazy. So like so the ones that when they did
is ignore it, it's fine.
Sorry, I don't care for that.
No, it's fine. But Kirby Your Enthusiasm.
I chuckled.
Okay.
But like so the Uniqlo ones, it was Mario, Pokemon. Like these are the ones that you could have drawn for the competition, like for the shirts. So it was Mario, Pokemon, Star Fox, Pikmin, Kirby, Zelda, Animal Crossing, Splatoon, Metroid, and Donkey Kong. That's really messed up. That like because Star Fox, Kirby, and Metroid did not get T-shirts.
They didn't get enough.
They didn't get any.
I love how we're covering Kirby, and you're so distracted that we ended up letting the YouTube continue, and we're watching Star Wars Lego.
Oh hell yeah, dude!
You know what would be good actually? A Kirby Lego. I mean, it'd probably be for kids, but imagine like how they have the Mario Boo is just a big cube. Mm-hmm. I mean, how cute would that be for Kirby?
How about Kirby? He gets cursed and turns into like a block. He's just like, I need to get back to my ball form, and that's like the whole entire game. That'd be pretty cool. I like it.
Ooh, has there been a there has. I was gonna say like a Monkey Ball ripoff. There's the golf game, which is actually really good.
Yeah, I mean it's on SNES.
It is.
Kirby's. Oh my
Golf
god.
Your Enthusiasm.
No, shoot. Why am I forgetting it already? Kirby's Dream Course. I love that game.
Kirby's Famous Star with Cheese. There's so many things you can do with Kirby, Nintendo. So many things.
Kirby's Famous Star. Yeah, if Kirby did like a Curbs Jr.
Curbs Jr.
Curbs Jr.
Cardies.
If I can get a Western bacon DDD burger, like let me tell you.
Ooh, that actually sounds really good. Honestly, I'm gonna go to Carl's Jr. now. This is what you made too.
You can buy a bandana at Uniqlo.
A Kirby bandana
with Waddle Dees on it.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Bandana Waddle Dee Republic.
You get a bandana Waddle Dee bandana.
I'd buy that.
Banana Republic.
I'd bandana that.
You'd buy it for $1, yeah.
Yeah, for $1 for 3 months.
It's year of Luigi again. Year of Kirby and Luigi. There's never another year, is there? Luigi's the only one that had his own year.
Yeah. And his own year, and which also like had the lowest record sale of Nintendo. Like,
I mean, that's the most Luigi thing ever. Like, I think Nintendo was like, "Yo, this is gonna be our lowest."
They're never doing that again.
We'll make our stockholders laugh by making it look intentional.
Was it like Luigi 2013 or something? It's like such. It was like the lowest point of Nintendo.
Yeah, it was like, I think it's like the lowest recorded like sales annual sales for Nintendo.
Hey Luigi, we're gonna make you the head of the Wii U sponsor marketing image. Okay. Nintendo.
Dr. Luigi didn't sell enough apparently, you know.
Luigi's such a great character.
Oh man.
Is that it? Is Kirby 30th this year, or is there something else?
There's other ones too, but Nintendo only just recognized Kirby for now. I think there are other ones like Kid Icarus and.
Wait, so Zelda was last year, 35th.
Yeah, and Metroid was.
What's
well.
Metroid?
Metroid was also last year.
Last year.
Wait, when is Kid Icarus? Oh, Metroid is Kid Icarus the same year, right? Yeah.
What about F-Zero?
Donkey Kong's coming up, isn't he?
Donkey?
Or did it already pass?
Or was that last year?
80.
I'm looking it up. 10 big anniversaries. 30. Kirby. Mario Kart.
Ooh.
Yeah, Mario Kart. Mortal Kombat's 30th.
Smash Kart coming up.
Yeah, Mario Kart 30 year. Kirby. Street Fighter 35. Mega Man 35. Final Fantasy 35. I guess that seems to be the biggest ones.
This reminds me, I'm really liking the trailer, not the Star Wars one, the Kirby one. I think it looks nice, but doesn't it like kind of remind you like of old school 3D games like Bomberman 64 or Mega Man, like
the 64 ones. Yeah, Nintendo, the first generation of Nintendo 3D platformers.
Yes.
And man, I totally want to play. Is Bomberman 64 on the virtual console yet? Because like,
oh, I wish.
I have so many great memories for it, and like, Bomberman is the only one where I'm actually confident that I can get like a good amount, like almost as much joy as I did as a kid. Like I every Bomberman game I played, even the bad ones, I'm like, hey, this is still pretty enjoyable. Like the multiplayer at least. But like the GameCube Bomberman is great, and I think the Bomberman 64 might still be up there.
You played the 64 one that's actually called Bomberman 64, and it's like 3D, and like the bombs are like circles.
Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah.
Love that game.
It's stupid, but so good. It's so good.
Yeah. And if you ever get a chance, like the Bomberman game on GameCube is like, it's like cell shaded Bomberman. I think it's so good. It's
how do I get a chance?
You don't.
No.
Okay, so
okay.
Wilson B2000 on Twitter has another one of his quirky questions for us, but this one's actually not as quirky. It's actually, I think this one's going to be interesting. So he says, just listen to the latest batch of episodes. Thank you. Exciting to hear your Game Awards predictions. I uploaded the audio of that one after the Game Awards. Okay, so he says Mario. So here's the question: is the Mario franchise a spin-off of the Donkey Kong arcade, or is the Donkey Kong franchise a spin-off of the arcade? Because DK was never a playable character. So are they both spin-offs? either way, there's an argument that this makes Mario or DK the biggest spin-off franchises in all of gaming. So my ultimate question is, if you could take one side character and make them as famous as Mario, which character would it be?
What's a side character from the Mario franchise? Or
I guess we could just say Nintendo. Let's just say Nintendo. Let's just say Nintendo.
Easy. Luigi. He would make a ton of money.
Yeah, I was gonna say Luigi. Well, I would say Nintendo tried Luigi already, and it didn't work out too hot for them. But yeah, that's kind of interesting, right? Like, which came first, the chicken or the egg, when it comes to Mario and Donkey Kong?
Wait, isn't it concrete though?
Well, because the thing is, they both debuted at the same time. They debuted in Donkey Kong. You know what I mean?
But Mario was
the
the playable
game
character.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, the
but
game
like
Donkey
when
Kong,
this is when Miyamoto or whoever was naming their games, they really loved naming franchises after the non-protagonist. Like Zelda and Metroid. Yeah.
But I think Mario, because Mario is also in
Mario Brothers.
But like the Jumpman was after Donkey Kong, yeah. Right.
He was Jumpman. Oh, you know what? He wasn't in another game before then.
Yeah, I thought he was in like but anyways, Samus is not gonna be a spin-off of Metroid. So I think like
there you go.
Yeah. But Donkey Kong, man, that's weird because Donkey Kong is a playable character now, so and he has his own franchise.
So it is like, it is one of those chicken or the egg things when it comes to Mario and Donkey Kong. Although I think Nintendo recognizes Donkey Kong being first because it was his game first. But yeah, so which side character from Nintendo would you want to take and try to make him as like big as Mario?
Luigi, we already came up with the solution. Back to the other one. I think Mario and Donkey Kong are both side characters, spin-off characters. So.
Luigi's had his own games. Even Wario has. But what about Waluigi?
No, I think Waluigi.
Waluigi's just a weird clone.
But Waluigi would probably have less success than Luigi, to be honest. Like he would probably, his trends would die out pretty quickly.
The month of Waluigi.
That would be okay, I guess.
Year of Charlie Day.
Diddy Kong would be Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong Country 2.
I don't know.
You and your Kongs.
Yeah,
that's true, Dixie. I mean, I'm always a Bulbasaur fan. Like, I don't know. Besides Pikachu, have they made games that were focused on one Pokemon? Like, I don't think so.
Nah.
They had those like mystery dungeon games where you played as the Pokemon.
I guess Eevee would be like kind of like what they try to make Eevee like the opposite of Pikachu. So
that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
the difference is like you want to evolve your Eevee,
right?
You know what? Let's look this up. What are Nintendo side characters that maybe like I don't know Ridley's Adventure? Like he just like goes on a beat 'em up game.
Doc Lewis. Character. I would want to turn Doc Lewis from the Punch-Out series.
Easy, Zelda.
Make a prequel to the Punch-Out series. Oh yeah, Zelda.
Yeah, Zelda would be the best answer.
Yeah, that actually would be the best answer because you don't really play as Zelda in any of the Zelda games.
And like Tetra would be an amazing game to like Tetra as I would play a Tetra 3D.
The best version of Zelda.
Yeah, easily.
I think that's a good answer, Ryu.
That could be a good one.
Yeah, Zelda is actually really
or Captain Falcon.
I'm surprised by now that we haven't played as Zelda because in single player games, oftentimes like you swap at some point, like 60% into the game, you play a different character, and it's like, what's going on? Yeah, you haven't played as Zelda.
We played as Princess Peach multiple times. She even had her own game.
She even has her own game. Wait, how does Peach have her own game and Zelda doesn't?
I mean, that game's pretty much erased from history.
We don't talk about that one.
That game was pretty cool.
I liked it.
That game was actually good. I heard it was good.
It was we don't
definitely talk about Prince. Okay.
Yeah, we don't talk about Super Princess Peach.
No.
If we could I heard that game was good.
What if there was a spin-off game?
You know what was controversial about that game, right? Was that like Peach's powers solely stemmed based off of her emotions. So she had different powers based off of her, like, so she could get sad to cry, and then you would have water powers, and then like if she was mad, she'd have fire powers. So like
it made no sense because also like off topic, Princess Peach isn't really an emotional character. Like she just
it's just like it was kind of controversial because people are like, oh, is that all women are good for? Just emotions, so they make that her power. So it's kind of just like, ooh, yeah, let's not talk about that game.
This was DS. This is pre 3DS, right?
Yeah.
DS was also like kind of targeted towards women, to be also like. So I guess they might be trying it for that, but like
that's why they did
not a good. Yeah, I mean the gameplay mechanics were fun, but
yeah, I think that's literally why, because they realized that the DS's like install base was huge, like in the female audience, like was huge. So they were like, okay, well let's make a Peach game.
How about Pikmin Red? The floor is lava.
Just only the Pikmin Red.
Just the red one.
But how about Hey You Nabichu? You get to play as Nabi and just, hey, listen, Pikachu, come here. You even have a Tingle game. God damn, man.
Yeah, oh. I think that's Zelda probably would be the best one, because like if we the fact that we don't have a game where you just play as Zelda is crazy to think about.
The only other would be
like
some of the villains.
Oh yeah,
Bowser has his own RPG, but like it would be
Ganondorf?
Nice. The Ganondorf side.
First any Zelda character would be great.
I don't know if I'd want to play a Ganondorf game, because to me, like, I just feel like we're just getting Shadow the Hedgehog territory at that point, you know?
Get him a gun?
Like, we're gonna get a gun. He's gonna get a gun. Like Kirby got a gun.
But think of the music.
You know, I don't know. It's just, I mean, you're onto something though. The villain usually does, like, yeah.
It could be Bowser, but it's like a God of War game where you're like battling through and then trying to take care of Bowser Jr.
Bowser Jr.
and teach him. It's
Come
like
here. It's like come here, boy. Like
it's like Lone Wolf and Cub. Like he's like trying to pick Bowser Jr. asleep while he's fighting, and once he falls asleep, then he can fight for real.
Dude, a gritty Bowser game where he's like literally like fighting and killing. That would be
Bowser
awesome.
Jr. Origins.
I mean, yeah, if you really think about it, a lot of the Mario characters already got their own like franchises or like games. You know, Yoshi, Toad, Mario.
Bowser Jr. teams up with Birdo, Yoshi's Story Island, Yoshi's Story Style, and he's trying to get adopted. And like at the end, he meets Bowser. Like,
so he rides on Birdo's back, and then if he gets hit, then Bowser Jr. is floating and crying.
No, Bowser Jr. dies. There's no excuse. He's Bowser Jr.
All right.
Yeah. Or maybe he meets the clown car. Maybe the clown car is sentient. I don't know. I think it is, right?
I'm sorry. I'm still like just constantly thinking of like these game franchises that could have a side character that would be kind of cool. But I'm just like,
I would like to see that though, like Bowser Jr. like an origin story of how he met Bowser, or how Bowser found him. But like
how Bowser got his groove back. Yeah. All right, I think we ran a little long now. I think maybe we should probably wrap it up for tonight. So thank you everyone, and thank you Wilson for that question. It was
a good question.
Great question.
Yeah, so thanks everyone for listening to us here tonight. Be sure to subscribe to us here on the YouTubes, so you can see whenever we go live and whenever we post other videos. And
I love the tubes.
You know, for live reactions for any future Nintendo Directs that we hope are coming soon. And yeah,
seriously,
download
how long has it been?
It's been a while. Summer, right?
Wait, what?
It's been 2 Microsoft acquisitions. Come on.
Who's Microsoft going to acquire next? You know, quick, right? Like who do you think they're gonna acquire next?
Ubisoft.
Oh, that would be perfect.
You know, if there was like a Whose Line Is It Anyway episode full of gamers and they did like scenes up from a hat and they're like, whoa, this odd Microsoft transaction acquisitions, and people went in, they would say like Activision Blizzard and like Bethesda.
That's perfect, Chris. Ubisoft, man. That's like, that should be their next goal.
But Ubisoft isn't on a downhill drive, are they?
No, but I mean they have really good franchises, or like
neither was Bethesda.
Consistently good, but nothing amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I don't know if they're growing. Maybe they are. They have their own subscription service. Some of their games are already on Game Pass. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a good fit.
I feel like Blizzard, like they figured this might be the cheapest time to acquire it, because
they're on a discount. Because Ubisoft is $7 billion. $7 billion.
Yeah, they could just Bethesda that again, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
just
thank
put
you
those to that.
everyone for listening to us and allow us to say our goodbyes. Ryu,
Pokemon Masters Journey, Ash Ketchum Dream Team ending series, fighting all previous regional trainers soon.
Chris,
See you guys. Phil Spencer, give us a call. We'll talk.
Rob,
Adios, everybody. See y'all next time.
And for me, your host, J-Playstar, be sure to watch Bidoo's Last Stand. We didn't get to really talk about it, but...
Oh, man. You know how much I love that non-Microsoft news, you know?
Did you guys see Ryu and Chris?
I gotta watch it.
I'm not really into Nintendo stuff, so...
Yeah, you really gotta watch it, Chris. If you ever played... Yeah, you gotta watch it.
Okay. Yeah, it's great. It's actually
is it like
really
Halo?
Or... Get out of here. But yeah, so yeah, go we watch that. Maybe we'll talk about that next week, Rob. We'll save it for next week. But
all right.
Yeah.
Until then, we'll see you on the soft side.
Okay. And then download our podcast wherever you download podcasts, like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, Animal Crossing Pocket Cast, Amazon, and
Xbox Game Pass.
Hit us up.
We're not on there.
Yeah, we're yet. Hit us up on Twitter at Metro King Radio, where you can ask us fun questions like Wilson did. And yeah, so thank you
they're good questions like Wilson's questions, because we don't want
for listening to us. And until next time, we shall catch you on the Game Pass side.
Like, what shows I want?
Was this E3? Did I actually choose the E3?
It is I, Xbox controller. You guys are all now under my power. Pay me $9.99 a month for your Game Pass subscription. Could I offer you $14.99 for Ultimate? I swear it is the better deal. You get like cloud-based stuff and whatnot.
Please buy our Game Pass. And I think literally the best thing, please.
And more games, I think, too.